Now you know you're a fraud.
What you feel about?
You know
What you
you're a
feel about
fraud.
this
You
so
know you're a
far?
fraud about it.
Trez is a fraud. Black is a real fraud.
I'm telling like it is.
And Tori a follower fraud.
Y'all fucking fraud. So we're about to get into the fraud tape of the week.
You know you the biggest fraud.
I'm gonna go. James Jones, come down to the front.
He been the biggest fraud.
James Jones.
Say nah. Don't be coming at
Come down to the front, James.
He helped me out with that burrow tape this week.
This nigga.
And he took it right out of his
and,
I sure did.
wait, I normally like a lot of James Jones takes, but this take was diabolical that he had. James Jones, you said you would take Debo as your second receiver over Smitty and T. Higgins.
Diabolical work, fam.
Diabolical.
I'm taking him out.
That is diabolical.
I'm taking Devontae Smith first.
Yeah, he said that he's taking Debo
Oh,
over. He's taking Debo over Smitty and T. Higgins.
That's crazy.
He said he's taking them over
I told you
them
they number one.
as the
So
second
why would
receiver.
he take over number one
That's
spot
crazy.
when they're number ones?
It's crazy for him to say that, but I kind of understand it.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. You
Listen.
what you know
I'm
about
pretty
it?
sure I can think about why he was saying that.
What?
T. Higgins can't stay healthy.
You see how slow he did that touchdown the other day?
T. Higgins can't stay healthy. He's not going to give you a full 17 game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I see that.
We don't know
And he's
Debo
taking a shot at
either.
Jalen.
No, I don't think
He's taking a shot at Jalen because you know I'm not trying to give my man no bullshit. But listen, Devontae should be having over 1,200 yards a year,
You should.
along with AJ.
Yes.
And they've only been able to do that, what, once since them two been a pair?
He just
So,
paid
but
him.
Devontae is not, and Jalen is not giving Devontae 10 touchdowns a year.
He's not.
He's done that once or twice.
Yeah, but so when he was all right, so when they was talking about it, because they mentioned names that was over Debo, because they're saying they don't look at Debo as just a receiver.
I think his
Because
role
he's a
changes
playmaker.
I think his role changes.
So they call his role changes, so they call him a playmaker. But when they said second receiver, they said they had put Smitty and T. Higgins as like, well, what's the top? Because he asked who was the top secondary receivers, and they had mentioned them, and he like, man, I would take Debo over. And I'm like, bro,
It's hard for him to say Smitty, man.
bro, like
Because
you're not
Smitty makes so
taking.
much shit happen.
Yeah, like you're not taking
AJ is a
Debo.
beast, but Smitty is the one that
He gets
really,
open. He
It's really.
and when he
gets up
fucking
first
goes up
down.
for them catches, like a lot of times.
See now, this
Them
is the
short
thing. though.
passes, you good at them short passes.
Now I'm telling you. Now I'm
And
telling
then
you.
his toe touches me like this. I'm trying to
I'm
tell
telling
you.
you. The only way that I would see what he's talking about is because Debo can come from the backfield. So because Debo can come from the backfield, that's something that we don't see Smitty do. So it's like he could play as a running back. He
Yeah,
could play as
okay.
a running back.
So,
too.
yeah,
No,
he
that nigga
can-
fat as
so-
shit right now.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Did
he
you
can
not,
play-
that's why I said, did you not see that slow touchdown he did?
He
And
can-
everybody
he
was
can-
like, oh my God, Debo.
He
why
can
you
play
going
as both, but the
slow?
only way I see him putting him over T. Higgins.
We ain't scared. Our
is-
corners ain't scared of Debo.
It must be T. Higgins' availability. That's the only
That's
way.
it.
No,
T. Higgins,
that's the only
T.
way.
Higgins
It
is
is
better
mentioned.
to me. I'm going with T. Higgins.
Because
I'm
you're
with
not
T.
putting Debo over T. Higgins.
I'm not.
No, there is no.
But see,
That was the
the
fraudest
only
take
reason
you
don't
right.
is because
That was
he
from
can't stay healthy.
fraud.
That's the only reason why you going to put.
Well, that's what I
T.
said.
Higgins
Availability. That's
No,
what I said,
no.
availability.
No one talked about availability. They're talking about
Strictly
I told
off of
you.
skill.
Yeah, strictly off of because they all right. So James Jones' take is that Debo is not a receiver. His take is Debo is a playmaker. They say he's the best playmaker in the league.
Because he could do more
So
than one
because
thing.
he could do
I
more
don't
than
agree
one
with that
thing.
either.
Because he could do more than one thing. Now me
Take
personally,
Jameson Williams over
that's
Brown.
what. Now me personally, I like Jameson Williams from Detroit.
Yeah.
Me personally, I like him.
He
but-
faster.
But
Yeah.
Debo, but I think because Debo numbers was
We ain't
was
gonna
like
act
it
like
was.
Debo ain't a truck.
Like
though. That
Debo
nigga's
is
a truck,
beast.
bro.
But he's
Debo
not that
might
no
be a
more.
beast.
You gotta understand, he's older now. I
Yeah,
don't even want
he a
Debo.
truck, like-
He's older now.
Like this nigga be
Now, I feel
breaking
like-
tackles left and right too.
When?
He
When did
was-
that happen?
I feel like
Last
when he
year?
played
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I
that
feel
was-
like
Fuck this up.
He whooped our ass.
yeah, he did.
I'm talking about now. I feel like he is getting
But
older.
I feel
How
like-
old is he?
but
Like he's
I'ma
been in
tell
the
you-
game for
but
so
I'ma
long. He's
tell you,
old.
him on Washington, this shit gonna be interesting.
But see,
Because-
it's only going to be interesting that they fix Terry McLaurin's situation.
I can see it from
Because-
that aspect.
They're not gonna fix it.
If they put all of, if Terry McLaurin decides to sit out
I don't think they're
No,
gonna
No,
make
they
Debo
gonna
number one.
have to
for,
fix it.
for however long, if he decides to sit out, because players can still sit out during the season too and not play.
No, which is another thing that I seen. Oh, that's another thing that I seen. Because they might get rid of Terry McLaurin, but I heard that Miami is looking for trade partners for Tyreek Hill. And they mentioned Washington. If that happened,
that's not an even trade though.
Tyreek
That's
Hill.
not-
No, they're
No,
not trying to get
picks.
players. They're trying to get
Picks.
picks. They're not trying to get
They
players.
need to get rid of that
So,
quarterback.
but if they get,
That's why they trying to get
if
fit.
Washington happens to land Tyreek Hill,
We're in trouble.
that's going to be
Or
a
we'll be in
scary.
trouble.
That's going to be a scary
Especially
job because
with
that's,
Zach Ertz right there, and we're in
That's
fucking
like-
trouble.
that's going to be a nice little.
Offensively, but
Our defense is
Yeah.
our defense cool. I like our defense.
I
Yeah,
like
our
our defense
defense is.
too.
Our
That's why I'm
defense
not.
is good.
Did you? If I saw how slow Debo was, do you think these young corners is going? ain't gonna catch this motherfucker?
no, see,
I'm
the
not
difference
scared.
With Debo is that he can be used in so many different types
Yeah.
of situations.
But is he the
Like, you
same?
don't have to. It's not really about him being the same. If that's why I'm like, yo, now if they get Tyreek Hill, yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
a
that's
good
what I'm saying. If they
situation.
get Tyreek Hill,
That'd be nice.
Debo,
Yeah.
not fuck Jalen, Jane Daniels.
yeah,
It'd be a good situation for Debo because all the attention is going to
you
be
be
on
on
Tyreek
Tyreek
Hill,
Hill,
Yeah.
yeah.
which is
Yeah.
going to allow Debo to do what he do.
And Zach
Yeah.
Ertz can get open too. Because everything is all Zach
They
Ertz.
can still
Last
use
year.
Debo as a running back though.
Yeah, they can use
Yeah.
Debo. Debo comes from the backfield a lot. Like I think they're going to do that more. I'm starting to notice is a lot of
I'm not
teams.
scared.
A lot of teams are starting.
They don't scare
Yeah,
me,
you
but
don't-
A lot of teams. What I started noticing,
it is a good move.
they're
for
starting to take
They need
the Detroit pedigree. That two-headed monster in Detroit, a lot of teams is starting to try to have that. Because I was looking at this other guy, I apologize, I forget your name, but I was looking at his show, and he did all 32 top running backs. And some of them I didn't agree with, but he had a pretty good list. And some of them are on the same teams. And I was like, damn, they play together? I didn't even know that they was on the same teams because there's a lot of running backs that switched their teams this season. So I was like, oh shit. And I see like it's starting to be like a thing, like everybody wants to have that Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, that two-headed monster. I think that's going to start becoming the thing. You're going to start seeing more teams do that. You know what I'm saying? And then with Jameson, with Jameson being able to come out the backfield, that's going to be the pedigree for a lot
But
of
that's
teams.
why I like when we have Squirrels and LaShawn McCoy.
Who Washington Washington ran last year?
Bullshit. Ryan Robinson, he speak. I mean,
And Austin Eckler,
and
right?
Eckler, yeah.
Austin Eckler.
Ryan
Austin
Robinson
Eckler was
and
doing all right.
But I think
Well,
what's going to happen. But I think what's going to happen. See how they're going to do it. That Detroit offense is so hard to guard because of a player like Jameson being able to come from the backfield. That's how they get all of their trick plays off. So you like, oh shit, where the fuck he get the ball? When did he get the ball? And I think that's what Washington going. I think that's what Washington going to try to do this season.
Away from everybody is that they have two people that can do that same shit.
thing. Yeah.
With Jameer Gibbs and Jameson Williams, they both practically the same players. They just in
Because
the
Jameer Gibbs can
position.
catch too. Yeah.
So
That's why
But I think that's
love
what
the running
I
back.
think that's what
Okay.
Washington is trying to build over there. I think they're trying to build another version of that because you got the Debo that's able to fuck the defenses up because he coming from he can come from all over the field. Like he can you know what I mean? He can get
All
the
right,
ball anywhere.
So question though. Do y'all feel like Debo will be better on Washington than T. Higgins or Smitty for Jaden Daniels? Like the way Jaden Daniels play.
if you saying if
Which quarterback?
Smitty would've been
which
more-
receiver y'all think would have been more
Smitty.
effective over there at Washington?
See,
With
all
Jaden
right.
Daniels?
So if
because
Smitty,
Smitty is throwing the ball.
so this the thing. This the
constantly.
thing.
You know what I mean? So he would have had his yards.
This the thing.
I'm just trying to tell you.
If
Because they
Smitty-
saying Jaden Daniels a pocket passer first.
That's why I
Right.
said Smitty would.
But this the
definitely
thing though.
be good.
If Smitty was over there, I believe he would be the number one.
Yeah.
Now, if I already have my number one, Debo is better. You see what I'm saying? Like if I already got my number one, like let's just say if they number one was Tyreek Hill, I would rather Debo because now it's going to confuse the you see what I'm saying? Because he can come from the backfield.
No, I
All
would.
right,
Like,
so,
I would.
because I could use him more.
together though. You wouldn't.
so right now they number one is Scary Terry. So you taking Debo?
Yo, people be
Higgins.
disrespecting the shit out of Terry McLaurin, man.
No, Terry McLaurin, nice.
Listen, he's not. He's
Terry
nice.
McLaurin,
I
nice.
ain't saying
So
bad
I'm
about
saying what all right, they number one being Terry. You taking Debo, Higgins, or Smitty?
For the number.
See, I don't think Terry would be the number one if Smitty go there.
Mm-mm.
I think Smitty becomes the number
Me too.
one.
I
If-
think you could say the same for two of that three. I feel like
For
you can
who?
say the same for. I feel like if Higgins go there, he gonna be the number one
Higgins.
I feel like-
T. Higgins would never be a number one because of his injuries.
because his
yeah,
injuries.
the injury
But
thing.
if he
we
didn't,
didn't
if he didn't
have-
have
no,
none, he
injuries,
would be a.
but-
He would be
But,
number
but I'm
one.
saying if he had a clean
if
season,
he didn't
coming,
have injuries,
right?
if he didn't have injuries,
He'd
he
be
would be a
number
number
one.
one over there
He's
too.
been injured
Yeah.
every single year.
I
He's been in the league.
know.
And he would
He's
be-
never played a full season.
Mm-mm.
And who was the third person? But see,
But that's why
Debo.
I give him.
See the
I think
thing.
he was so
All
healthy.
right, so
Because I feel like
so
if Terry
because-
comes back, I feel like
him and Chase
if
is
Terry
like
come
bumping
back,
heads. That's what I feel
Debo
like.
still is not going to bump Terry down to number two receiver. I feel like
Is this-
Terry still
Still
won't
No,
Number
Debo,
one.
no, Debo is not going to be. No, it's going to be Terry
No,
McLaurin.
they
would
is
have
number
had-
one.
no.
What is the way that you can use Debo? See, because I can say, yo, Debo, I want to use you with trick plays. I want you to come out the backfield when nobody is paying attention, when nobody's thinking about it. I want you to come out the backfield. And Debo can do that. So because you can use Debo in different ways, he's always going to be an asset on a team that already got a number one.
We just got
You see what I'm saying?
Debo, too.
Like I don't want Debo to be
I
my
think he
number
missed.
one.
I'm thinking.
I don't want Debo to
I'm
be my
thinking he's
number one,
missing
but I
stuff.
do want him to be to be the second player. I don't mind him being the second player to my number one because I can use him in
Debo
different
can't
ways.
be my second either.
Well, I think
Not on
James
my team. If I
Jones-
made it up, Debo would never
I
be
think
on my
James
team.
Jones only partially right with that because
Yeah.
I will only take.
I don't
Debo
think
wouldn't
he's
be
right
on
at all.
my team.
I would-
period.
I'm still
Well,
not
no,
taking
he
him
not.
over Smitty.
He's not right because
I'm not taking
the only
Debo over
person
Smitty.
I can
I'm
see
not.
him
He can catch
Debo being
everything.
over is Higgins
No.
because of the injuries though. If it ain't had nothing to do with the injuries, like
If this was
would
5
keep-
years
I
ago,
would
you gonna
keep
say
Higgins,
Debo.
like,
But you still gotta think.
but I'm not taking him over Smitty at all.
But
so.
you still gotta remember. Like, I'm not taking him over Smitty. T Higgins. I'm kind of like. I'm kind of like.
He really is.
Bonafide.
I've been saying we got two number
But
one. We got two number one receivers.
But the facts that the facts still remain that the reason why Debo get a head nod to a lot of people is because he's not just a receiver. So when you got a player that can do multiple things, it can fuck the defense up that you're going against because they like, where this nigga come from? Why? We ain't see him on the line. It's like Debo
Also,
is one of them
we
type
seen
of
some- we seen some regression in his game though. Like we seen some regression in his
And
game
I
from
did.
last year.
I'm listening.
So
No, but last year I think that was the situation.
No,
I think that was the San Fran situation. They wasn't good. He already knew that he was going.
But
He already knew
even
that he
if
was
you
getting
look
traded.
at Debo in every
already
game
knew
that
that
he
he was
even
getting
played,
traded.
like even in like 2023, if you want to call it, if you even look at Debo yards, I don't even think Debo was number one on his motherfucking team.
No,
He wasn't.
Debo wasn't number
That's
one.
what I'm saying.
But
So why
Debo
the
is
fuck would
not-
I even put Debo,
Debo-
over anybody that's number one
is
on their
not.
team?
Debo is not.
So
meant to
James
be-
Jones is dumb. I'm not putting nobody over. Like, he's
Debo
not
is
number
not
one
meant
on
to
his
be the number
team.
one.
She got a point because Washington doesn't have nobody that's really
Right.
going to be able to open up the field outside of Terry McLaurin. But he's not your option to open up the field.
So they
Debo
got.
was good for years
Mhm.
because of the certain things that he can do. But he flourished when Christian McCaffrey got there.
For real.
Okay.
And Washington don't have that. Like
They don't got Christian McCaffrey,
No, they don't.
but
they don't even
they
have,
do got-
even Brian Robinson. He's not the dude that's going to bust it open. He's the
I
guy
don't-
that they use. He's another David Montgomery.
Trace, I knew you wasn't a fraud.
and I think Austin Eckler. I think Austin Eckler. He
I
was
think
good.
he's going to get phased out the offense.
I don't know.
He might. He just
But I'm
might.
saying if they are doing what I think they're doing, because when I'm looking at the offense, I'm like, why it look like they build in Detroit all over again? Like if they're doing what I think they're doing, then they're going to make that offense really balanced over there in Washington. It's going to be really balanced, and you're never going to know they're playing of attack. Because that's how it is with Detroit. A lot of the reasons why Detroit is so dominant is because they're unpredictable. You don't know where they're coming from a lot of times. You'll be like, when the fuck
Let
you
me,
get the ball?
let me ask you a
Like,
question.
that's how
Let me
it
ask
is.
you a question. Would you take our offense or would you take Washington's offense? Even with Debo on there.
Washington.
I'm just saying
Why the
that.
fuck would I take Washington offense over ours?
Okay, so you wouldn't even take that. Are they a top
Our
five
offense-
offense?
our
Even with
offense-
Debo on there, are they a top five offense?
Well, we can't say that because we didn't see
No,
how
and
they
Debo
played
was
yet.
like he's in Washington now, right? Even him still being on, in Washington, do we still take them as a top 5 team?
A top 5 team?
We don't. I don't take. A top 5 offense. I still wouldn't take those.
No. You can't. But you can't do that now because we haven't seen how it's going to gel together yet. But once they start playing and we see, oh shit, these niggas is like, that's when you're going to be able to judge. We can't
I
judge
just
it yet.
think you
So
should have
have
got.
you
I think you
seen-
should have got a number 1 receiver.
Do you
Not-
think he
I
gonna
just
help
feel like
Jaden
that.
Daniels?
Yeah, he definitely going to help Jaden. He's definitely going to help Jaden because he can come. That's the thing. Because he can run from the backfield, Jaden Daniels got an option now. Jaden Daniels got an
Well, we
option to
don't
where
know
I can be
exactly
like,
how.
yo.
We don't
know exactly how they
just
gonna
see how
use him
Debo
yet. That's the
been
way
like
San
But I
Fran
think you pick him to
used
do
him.
that. You pick him to do that. When you get somebody like him, just like if Philadelphia was to go out and get Jameson, we know what we picked him for. We picking him to do what he does because that's where he's most dominant. And that's how Debo is most dominant. You don't get a Debo Samuel and just turn him into a flat receiver. That would be dumb. You get him to utilize every part of his game.
calling me.
I think we're missing a big factor with Debo. Like, granted, we know how great he can be, but he get injured a hell of a lot
He
too.
do. He do.
He gets
Well, he
injured.
played-
Every year he get fucking injured.
But he played majority of last season, didn't he?
Yeah, but
But
it's
That was
his
a-
over.
That was
his
a
over-
quiet season.
But that's only because
Christian McCaffrey-
everybody else was out.
Yeah.
Everybody got injured on that team.
Well, that's true.
But
Yeah,
they-
they lost receivers.
Shit, even Kittle went out for a while.
Yeah.
Kittle went out for a while. Christian McCaffrey went
But
out.
Debo do get hurt a lot. He get hurt every year.
What's the other
Darn
boy
near.
name? Brandon Ayuk went out in the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
They was totally empty over there. Like so.
And why they get rid of? Because Brandon Ayuk was over there, so they said we don't need you no more. So they took Debo off.
Well,
It wasn't because of IU. It's because of Ricky Purcell.
Yeah, Persson. Yeah, they're trying to have. They were
So they
saying that
said
he was going to take.
Debo wasn't even the second best on his team.
They drafted Purcell.
No, they drafted him, and he started getting in last season, and you could tell that.
But
that
to
they
me, why
started
did
giving
they
him-
have to do that? To me, they telling me Debo ain't it no more.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
Okay.
No, you
If he
can't
was
say
that
that.
guy, he would have stayed on.
No, you
there.
can't say
They gonna
that.
do
You can't
everything
say
for
that.
you to stay.
Because teams
You're a
get-
veteran. You've been on there for
No,
years.
because
You've been on there for years. They don't got no respect
Kansas
for you
City,
because your play went
Kansas
down.
City lost Tyreek Hill.
Your play went down.
Kansas City
And
lost
then
Tyreek
why
Hill.
give you all your money and you're not even playing up to it?
No,
It's
no,
standard.
but you can't judge it off
It's
of.
done. Debo-
Oh, because they don't want it.
Debo might
Because
have been the fourth best on his team.
Exactly, like.
I mean, he did
no,
a
you're
lot.
talking about.
He did a lot, but
offense.
That was
Yeah,
earlier. That's
like,
when he was
but
younger.
look, that's
That's when he was
because-
younger.
But that's because Debo was playing on a team of all-stars, though. If you're playing on a team of all-stars, you can, you know what I'm saying? Like,
So you
can
ain't the
say
best.
that. Like, you, but he never,
I don't want to be.
but he
I
never
don't want
was
to be the
supposed
fourth
to be
best
the
on the
best.
team.
He never was supposed to be the best on a team full of all-stars. He never was supposed to be the
He
best.
was never drafted.
Like he wasn't supposed to be the best. Like
So
you
what
got
was-
Christian
he was
McCaffrey.
the number 2 receiver on San Fran.
I mean,
No, so they-
He
they
wasn't
would-
just a receiver.
No,
They-
he
He
no,
wasn't just a receiver, so I don't.
No, he wasn't just a receiver, but that's his position. So
See, you
I'm
gotta
saying,
think. All right,
was he the
that's
second,
what he was supposed to be.
the number
but
2 receiver?
but Kittle,
But Kittle took
became,
over.
Yeah.
And
Kittle became like the Travis Kelsey.
Yeah.
Kittle
Okay,
became like the
that's what
Travis
I'm.
Kelce.
That's what I was.
Be real. Kelsey is a beast, but Kittle was way better than fucking Kelsey.
I don't
To be
argue
honest
that.
with you.
I'm not
Listen,
gonna argue that, but
Kittle-
it's not a lot
Kittle-
of
Because
tight
he,
ends.
Listen,
you got
Kittle
the
was
Super
way
Bowl. That's
faster
what
than
happened.
Kelsey.
Y'all win that Super Bowl.
He's way faster than Kelsey.
Kittle a beast.
He is.
Kittle a beast.
He's way faster.
He talk a lot of trash too. That motherfucker.
But Kelsey, it's not
Yeah,
too many.
I hate
It
it
ain't
when
too
we
many
play
tight
with
ends with
each other.
Kelsey.
I fucks with Kelsey.
With Kelsey
Kelsey's a
career,
beast, dog.
it ain't too many
It's
tight
because
ends
of
in
his
that career.
longevity. It's like a LeBron
Yeah.
thing. It's because of his longevity. If you look at the way that Kelsey plays and the way that Kittle plays, Kittle is a fucking monster compared to
No, Kittle is a monster.
Kittle. You know who I compare Kittle to? Dallas Goddard. Real shit.
Mhm.
They both
That's my
play the
guy.
same exact.
That's
same,
my
they
guy,
the same
right.
exact-
And I got an issue with him too.
That's my
And Goddard be
But-
Goddard.
I got an issue with Goddard because I want to see you have a full fucking season. I'm tired of you getting hurt every couple games. We need you as a tight end out there. Like, what are we talking
It's
about?
controversial because
I'm tired of
You-
it.
you're
He's
the
too
guy.
young. He's too young
it don't
to
be
even
on
keep
him.
getting hurt like
It
that.
don't be
I'm
on-
like, we haven't had a full
It
season.
don't be
Have,
on him, though.
but why?
No,
So
they
you
be
saying
trying
Jalen
to
doing
fuck
it?
Goddard up.
You
They-
saying
they
Jalen
be
not
trying
throwing
to-
that ball and then
That dirty ass
No, they be
hit
trying
he
to
got 2
fuck
years
Goddard
ago.
up.
That was a dirty ass hit 2 years ago that put him out for them.
So what
games.
happened
Put him
this
out.
year?
And the game before that, it was a dirty ass tackle where they brung him down by his
It's
shoulder.
always every
Yeah,
couple
when he
couple of games. Gotta got you that one
You ain't
in.
see that game? He went to go do the stiff arm. The bull pulled him down by his arm. Like, that was
Fell on
crazy.
that shit. Body
Yeah,
weight.
that was-
But when he's
Yeah,
in the
crazy.
game, I love when we have got her fully healthy. Nobody can fucking beat us.
I love
Nobody.
Goddard, man.
But when you got
Goddard,
when you got teams
They don't know what
teams
to do.
like back when we going back with us going back to Debo, when you're surrounded by so many players, it's kind of like, because even if, all right, let's say who's the number 1 receiver for Detroit,
St. Brown.
but I don't think he's the best.
Mm.
No.
You see what I'm saying? I don't think he's the
the
best.
Brandon
Even though
Ayuk
he's
of
the
that
number
team.
one, I don't think he's the best.
The
He's
Brandon
the
Ayuk,
Brandon Ayuk
yeah.
of that team.
Right,
Mhm.
right. So that's what I'm saying. So you got that. So you got them. Those teams. A lot of those teams is built kind of weird like that. Like I think so. Like going with her guy, C.D. Lamb, right?
He puts up numbers.
I like C.D. Lamb. I do think this is going to be interesting to see
is.
with George Pickens, because
George Pickens still might have a crazy year. I mean, not George Pickens. CD Lamb is still might have a crazy
That's the
year
offense I'm
think so?
scared of.
because
Y'all-
he has to develop a connection with George Pickens.
Yeah, I think
Right.
the chemistry
You-
Jack got with him.
But that's the offense I'm
Already.
scared of. You talking about the receivers in our division? Them two motherfuckers I'm scared of. I'm not scared of Debo and none of them Washington. I'm scared of.
I mean, that's valid though.
I'm scared of the fucking Dallas
That's
because
valid.
they play us hard all the time. It's always a battle with
She
us.
said the Dallas.
no, I'm not scared. No, but look,
No, that's
no. So
valid.
Cuz,
I'm trying to tell you it was true.
Cuz, so you
here.
What?
you think C.D. Lamb
Mhm.
you think he's going to have
You
a
don't know
great?
why?
He always gets
You wanna know
touchdowns
why?
on us.
Because of what
Go
George
ahead.
Pickens does.
Yeah, but
George
what-
Pickens beats everybody in the air. So which means Dak is only going to go to him on deep plays when he needs to.
Yeah,
Dak is-
CD
Dak
can get
is
short.
what-
CD
what
do get the
CD
short.
Lamb is known
And
for
that's what
is
makes me.
slant
I
routes.
told you about CD.
He's not really known for
But
deep
that's
routes
what-
beating somebody 30
No.
yards downfield.
I'm trying
I know.
to tell you.
You know what I'm
Because
saying? That's
every
who
time
George
Dak
Pickens
is healthy, every
So
time
every
Dak is
now and then
healthy
you're gonna
and they
get
have a
that
full
balance to
roster,
go to
it's
George
hard to
Pickens.
beat. They always
Everything
make
else is going to be
This
across the
hard.
middle, 10, 15
I'm-
yards out. And CD going to take it the
I don't
distance.
know.
CD,
Like he
that
always does.
offense
know,
is
man.
always.
I don't know, man.
CD Lamb, CD Lamb,
I really think
CD Lamb
because
is the Brandon Ayuk of the Cowboys.
that addition to George Pickens was like, yo, they trying to fuck some shit up.
I'm trying
because
to tell you, I'm scared
George
of their
Pickens-
offense.
George Pickens,
Not with
Because he can-
developmental stages.
because see now this is the only way. If they
And
decide,
they had a good 10 win.
so you gotta think of this.
10
'cause-
wins.
But see,
They-
that's how
got
I'm
this-
looking at it.
the
'Cause that
reason
was a
why-
great addition.
yeah.
But I still might be more scared of Jaden Daniels because of what he did with
I'm
no
not.
weapons.
Well, no,
With
I'm,
less
yeah,
weapons.
yeah. You
Because
definitely
you
more
got to
scared.
be because he did it with less weapons. Like,
The offenses,
And we
that
see it
I
with
can
that,
say that I'm
like,
worried the
No,
most about
y'all sleeping on the Cowboys
Is
this year. Y'all
definitely
not sleeping
gonna
on
be-
motherfuckers.
I'm not
Is-
sleeping on
y'all
them because they
sleeping
played.
on
They
them. Y'all sleeping
It's
on them.
definitely
but
going to be.
it's a new
if-
star in town, though. It's a new sheriff in
if there
town.
is, if I'm
Yeah.
picking
And then if we had
the
the same
teams
coach,
that
then
I'm
we
the
could
most
be
worried
talking
about
about it.
offensively,
We don't know what's about to happen,
it's
but I
going
know
to
it's going to be a
be
good change.
it's going to be Detroit. It's going to be Washington. It's going to be. See, I want to say Minnesota.
You talking about as far as offenses?
Yeah, like if I'm worried about a team offensively, Minnesota, depending on what JJ. But see, you know, I believe that JJ could be. I believe at the least.
I don't think it'll be that.
At the least, he's going to be. I believe at the least he's going to be better than Sam Darnold. And Sam Darnold was a monster
Damn,
last year.
but yo,
He had a great
that's
year.
hard
It's
to
hard,
say,
it's hard
though,
to
Black.
say because he had a
It's
great
like,
year.
I say it's
Like,
hard to say just because the kind of year that Sam Darnold had. This
Right.
wasn't a bum year from
We
Sam
don't know.
Darnold.
No,
this
it
was
wasn't.
a fucking excellent
It
year
wasn't.
from Sam Darnold.
But I
so
believe-
y'all expecting JJ to
to
have
come in
that
and do
kind
that.
of
Yes.
No, we don't know.
It's
Because they
Crazy.
gave him
Like-
our so this is what I just learned because I don't know if you've been knew this, but I don't even think Aaron Jones is going to be the number one running back over there.
Yeah, they took a young boy.
They took a young boy that they saying is out. So now that's another team.
But he's
that I
still
said-
good, but he
that's
had-
another team.
he
that I
was
said
balling
trying to
last
have-
year, though.
Hold on,
Who, the
he
Vikings?
was. Yeah, this another team that I said they're trying. Remember, I told you all the teams is trying to get that two-headed monster in the backfield.
Well, they got
So they got Aaron
Jones
Jones now, and they got this young boy that they saying that they believe is going to start over Aaron Jones. They got this young boy, so I'm like, yo, for him to start over Aaron Jones, he must be a fucking monster. So they got him now.
Really good
Then
still,
you
so.
know you already got Addison. and Justin Jefferson, and they said that the offensive line got better this offseason. They're gonna be a problem, bro.
So
They're
what's
gonna give JJ McCarthy talent.
It's gonna be all on that quarterback. It's gonna be
You said what?
On that quarterback.
It's gonna be hard for Detroit to come out that division.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. If it is, it's gonna be the same way as last year.
Even with the Lions' defense losing as many people as they had, Vikings' defense was way better than.
Yeah, Vikings got a better. They said their defense got better.
We gonna see.
I don't think it's gonna be hard because I think it's gonna be the same as last year. It's gonna be Detroit and the Vikings. I don't think Green Bay gonna. I don't think Green Bay gonna do it. And I don't think Chicago is there yet.
Yeah, Chicago need better.
Yeah,
you need better defense.
I feel bad because I feel bad. I don't know why, but I just feel bad for that quarterback.
What quarterback?
Caleb.
Yes, I feel
Why you so bad for him?
He was supposed to be something.
Because I just be like, sometimes when you like become like when you are the first round pick and you get put on a sorry team and don't have nothing.
No,
They tried
that
to
wasn't
build
the
around them.
That wasn't the
I'm talking about
narrative
the
coming
offensive
out.
line was
Yeah,
so
that-
fucking
yeah.
horrible.
Yeah, but
I
that
would have
wasn't
been
the
like, you know
narrative
what I'm
when
saying?
he
He's
came
a
out.
rookie quarterback. How
yeah,
did he?
because they
He's
was
a
looking
rookie
at
quarterback.
at
You
the
don't think he
weapons
was gonna
they
do
put
good with
around
that
him, but
offensive
when
line?
that
they
nigga
didn't
came
focus
out,
on
I
that
felt
line
like-
though.
But when that nigga came out, he was going. They were saying that he was going to a better team than Jaden Daniels.
No, I ain't think so.
Yeah,
Weapon wise.
weapon wise, yeah, because they built
Yeah.
all the weapons. They were signing everybody. Remember that year that he came in, Chicago was signing
But let
every
me ask you
fucking
a
body.
question.
They was like,
Because I feel like, okay, so we talk about quarterback, and you say Jaden Daniels is this and this and that. But Caleb basically almost beat Jaden Daniels with nobodies.
what you mean with nobody? Caleb got way more weapons than Jaden Daniels. What you talking about?
But I'm just saying, we talking about quarterbacks. You're
This
talking
nigga
about
got-
Jaden Daniels is a better quarterback. I'm saying at least Caleb, he still went toe to toe, and he still did. I feel like
Hold up. Caleb showed some sparks
He did.
of
But that's why I said I felt
what
bad
he
for
can
him
do,
because I
though.
felt like
What
he
good
could
is
be
it good
good.
without his bullets?
Man, Caleb
Yeah.
showed sparks of shittiness.
no. Like he had a
He had a
couple
couple.
games. He had a couple
I-
games that was
Yo,
good.
I ain't gonna-
I
I
just
ain't
feel like
gonna lie to you,
interceptions.
cuz
I don't know
I ain't
who
gonna
he
lie
was
to you.
throwing to, but
I ain't gonna lie to you. I was so mad.
Like that game with him
I
and
was so
Daniels
mad
was a
that
good
Caleb
game.
won.
that was gonna be. I thought
That was a good game.
I
I
thought
was
Caleb
so
was gonna
mad
end
at
up winning
Caleb
that
Williams.
game.
I was so mad at
It's
Caleb
just so
Williams last
evident.
year.
Jaden Daniels was lucky as shit for that Hail Mary.
He
Yo,
good. That's
nobody-
Exactly.
Nobody in the world expected that Hail
And that's
Mary.
the reason
to
why I
be
didn't
played.
won the game.
And
That's why I
Caleb-
said Caleb really showed up in that. I was so
Cause
upset.
when I watched
upset.
Caleb Williams last season, I feel like he should have probably came out like number 5.
5 what?
5, like when he came out the draft, I don't think he should have been the number 1 overall pick because I believe that the other rookie quarterbacks that he went before, they all had better seasons than him.
So you like? So who you talking about?
Nobody
Drake
was
May.
expecting-
I'm talking about Jaden
I thought he was
Daniels.
overrated.
I'm
when
talking
I saw,
about
I thought he was overrated when I saw him in college.
what's
I
the
really
other
thought,
one,
I'm like,
Kels?
I want to know why they so big on this guy, and I'm like,
What's the other one,
Because he won
Kels?
the Heisman Trophy,
That's
like,
it.
His sophomore
but
year.
I'm saying other than I'm like, why they so
Never
hype
seen-
on him, and I'm like,
Because he didn't play better than Bo Nix.
he didn't even play better than
He didn't play better than
the
Jaden
Atlanta
Daniels.
quarterback.
He didn't play better than
Atlanta,
Drake
what's
May.
his name?
He came in kind of late though, Michael Penix. He came in
Yeah,
kind of
but
late.
they still
He
ain't
came in
better.
kind of late because he was like
Yeah.
because he came in after Kirk Cousins done played all of them fucking games.
Yeah.
So he came in kind of late. That's the only reason why I'm not adding him in.
No, I'm
But
talking
Drake
about in
May-
college. In college, he was better than him in
Oh
college.
no, I ain't
his
talking
senior
about
year.
college. I'm talking about with their production in the NFL. When I watched them play, Caleb is the one that looked like he really didn't know what was going on in the field. Like some of them times when you catch, like you seen the memes that they had up with Caleb when he was like stretched out on the bench looking like he was gasping for air. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, bro, you are the number 1 overall
But
pick.
think about it
do
though.
you
The only
think
reason
that's a-
why would a player be gasping for air? Because he's running for his fucking life every play.
No.
You think that's why I'm about to ask
No,
you.
what Acho and them said, which they could be wrong, but what they said is, no, he was trying to, like, he was pouting. He was pouting about something. And they said that they see the look of defeat all in his face. Like when he stepped on, cause you gotta remember, cause he was when they were showing him, he was overthrowing people. So you would see Keenan Allen come to him on the sideline like, yo.
I know, I see.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, bro, because you got the receivers, bro. Keenan Allen can still play. DJ Moore can still play. You got they got Adunze. They got 3 receivers. They got 3 receivers.
And they got Swift.
Yeah. Then you got the running back Swift. You got the running back Swift. Like they had pieces.
It's all to lose back to what I always say.
It
If
could
one
have been a
thing is
position
not
they
working
put
on
him
your
in.
offense, everything else.
He kept getting hit. Like he kept
Yeah.
running. Like I wouldn't want to be.
It could have been a
Football
position they put
starts
him
with
in.
your offensive line. Point blank period. Fuck your quarterback, fuck your running back, fuck your receivers, fuck your coaches.
See
If
what
your
Saquon
offensive line
did
is
when he
not
was
right,
with the Giants, he ain't have what he did
everything
with the
else
Eagles.
collapses. So if you don't have the protection to do what the fuck you need to do on the field, everything is going to collapse no matter what.
I don't think so.
I feel like you gotta be a special player.
If you got 450,
Yeah, because you know who I'm about to say.
Listen,
You know who I'm about to say.
if you got 450 pound men running at you, 5 of them, either 3 or 4 of them motherfuckers running at you, every time you come on the field.
Cuz, watch what you said.
Every time you come on the field, and you're ducking and dodging every single one of them, you really think you're gonna
Have we seen it done?
Whoa.
But you about to mention somebody that's been
Have we
losing
seen it
the
done?
last 2 seasons, Black. So be careful.
Joe Barrow?
But the losing, hold on, George, but the losing
I'm not
is
worried
not,
about the
the losing
It's
is
not-
not
right,
on,
it's not on offense.
it's not
I get
on
you.
offense. The
I get
losing
you.
is on defense with Joe Barrow.
Everybody
But Joe
is
Barrow
not-
shows you that, nigga, you have to know how to read your receivers quick. If you know you
So
got
how
a bad
many
offensive
quarterbacks
line,
we
That's
like
his
that,
first
though,
year.
I'm not
That's his first year with no
Joe
offensive line.
Calling it game time. Straight from the jump. Only get one shot. Your boy's too clutch. I'm the main line. Like I'm a plug. But at the same time, this ain't what you want. I told him straight from the jump, like rolled on my place in the front, been waiting for months. All of my patience is up, my hate for haters none. It's partially love, look what I become. Grown with every breath.